Assalamu alaikum, this is Sayyid Muhammad Yamin Gharbi and I'm going to present about my FYP presentation on eClinic UTM system. Take care of your body is the only place you have to live. So, UTM JB is a platform for the students and staff of UTM where they can make sure about their health difficulties. Introduction. In today's world, technology has gone so far so as to make life smoother and safer for users of those technologies, to make their everyday needs smoother and better than ever. There are several systems built for people. As we learned before, a person's health is a person's wealth. So UTM has its own healthcare center for any health problems, so which is known as PKU, Pusat Kesehatan University, which is situated inside University Technology Malaysia Johor. So PKU-UTM is a clinic used by the UTM students, lecturers and other staff, for which PKU offers a wonderful service, and it is helpful for them to get medical care by great practicing doctors. So let's move on to the project objectives. This project will be conducted with many objectives stated to operate on the agreed purpose, just as follows: to develop a system based on the user's all necessary requirements, to validate and evaluate the system based on the proposed design, to design and develop a web-based application with a user-friendly interface for the user to interact with, to test the application so that it will be free from the errors and following the requirements of the users. So let's move on to the project goal. The main aim of this project is to develop a system for the doctor, students, and other staff of the UTM to provide patients with service such as by providing online appointments, patient prescriptions that help them save their time. So what is the presentation content? Number one, problem background, related work, proposed solution, technologies used, methodology, architecture, production environment, system development, system testing. So let's start with the problem background. Number one is manual system. Number two, long waiting, more paperwork, data lost, and dissatisfaction. So let's go into the elaboration and see what are actually the problems regarding this. So currently the system inside PKU uses a web-based computer technology, but it is for the clinic's internal use only, since it is inside the PKU and cannot give any use to the students and staff for using the portal and making appointments scheduled with the doctor. So, students and staff of the UTM find it difficult to manage their time when it comes to waiting for a long time in a queue for to see the doctors for getting their prescriptions. So, in the end, the manual system could possibly create a chaotic situations for doctors, and there might be a data loss. There is a chance to for the data loss. So, a long waiting at the reception or to wait for so long to see a doctor can get a bit frustrating for patients, which could make them miss their lectures. And the challenges, some challenges which are faced by doctors is the enforcement with the case prescriptions, and they must struggle with paperwork because of the drawback proven by the manual method, which again leads to the more time and chaos. So patients are not satisfied about the current manual system as they don't have any source to see their prescriptions for later purpose. Let's say they can easily lose somewhere their prescriptions and must consult again to the doctor following the long procedure again. So this is also counted as the problem. So, there are some observations that answered my questions. I made the survey and asked a few questions. Let's see. Will it be efficient for making it to less paperwork and less chaotic in your online e-clinic ATM system? 93 responses and 65% strongly agree. Would you like if system allows you to make appointment prior visit? 94% said yes. Do you feel difficulties while waiting to see the doctor in PKU team? 83% said yes. Would you like when your medical information will be saved in system? 92% said yes. Do you have to wait at reception to get the token number for so long? 67% said yes. And would you like the feature where you can see your previous medical prescriptions for later purpose? 78% said yes. So, by the observation results using the statistical analysis, I could gather some information to improve the system's idea, and which really helped me in doing the analysis and requirements. So, let's see the proposed solution. This proposed project is a web-based system. The users of this system are mainly the patients, which are students and staff. The admin will manage doctor, pharmacy, approve bookings, and manage activity in the system. The doctors will review the patient's booking details. Whoever the patients book, the doctors can see that and call patients and issue prescriptions. The patients will get their appointments booked in the appointment, and they can see the status when the doctors call them in the system. The pharmacy will view prescriptions. The system provides an online platform to a completely manual environment of the clinic. In future, this system would also implement other departments of the clinic. So let's see some of the similar solution exist. As you can see, these three are the PKU of different universities, UTHM, UMP, and UPM. They have their own healthcare centers, and they also have web system there, which I compared with the proposed solution. So let's see on some of the comparisons between existing and proposed systems regarding technology. Regarding technology, we can say these systems are manual in the system. Let's say they can't book their appointments. The students of those universities can't book their appointments or see their prescriptions, which is prescribed by the doctors. In the proposed system, we can do so, and all of the systems are web-based. And as I mentioned, that comparison between existing and proposed regarding functionality could be the appointment, book appointment, and view prescriptions are available in the proposed system, whereas it is not available in the existing or related system. So, some of the important features of the proposed system is track status, which is basically allows patients to see the call from the doctor whenever the doctor calls them. And the book appointment, which is a necessary module. This allows the patients to book appointments to see the doctor prior their visit to the PKU. And view medical prescriptions also allows patients to see their prescriptions, and also allow doctors to see the particular student's prescriptions by using their metric number. So some of the technologies used are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which are the very basic ones, and the Node.js for backend. And I use the templating engine in JavaScript known as handlebars for rendering the views, the view pages. And for the backend, I concluded using MongoDB, which is really helpful to use with the Node.js and handlebars. And I use the Mongoose library for that. And GitHub, as always, I used to save my project into the repository and for the project management. And the Visual Studio Code is used for the development environment. So let's move on to the methodology. Methodology is used as rational unified process, which has 4 phases: inception phase, elaboration phase, construction phase, and transition phase. So why did we choose RUP? Since the phases of the RUP approach are suitable in developing this project. As we can see from this picture clearly that RUP is the iterative development. it has the iterative development process. Let's say for the inception phase, there's only one iteration where we do the business modeling and requirements analysis more, and after that the inception phase is completed. So, but from the elaboration phase, we do the business modeling and requirements again. If there is a need of that to do, and then we do the analysis and design, then implementation. We do mostly the analysis and design and implementation in this phase, elaboration phase, and we can go on doing the iteration again and again until we get the correct one. And the construction phase is where we do the implementation and testing. And same like elaboration phase, it also has several iterations to check and come to the end when the users are satisfied. And the transition phase is the last phase where we do the test and deployment. So the architecture used for this project is MVC, Model View Controller, as this is a very famous architecture design, and it is very suitable for the web systems, and it is really amazing to use when you are doing the server side rendering. This is the model view controller for my project. This is the architecture design for my project, for my system. So these are the all view pages, and these are the model schemas made in Mongoose, and these are the controllers. What our MVC do is whenever the user trigger any event in the view, it passes it to the controller, and then controller controls it and updates back to the view. So the view doesn't directly contact to the model, which is helping which where we can say that controller manipulates the model and then model updates the view. So view when the user trigger events, the controller handles the events trigger and then updates the view and manipulates the model. So this is how this architecture works, and this is very suitable for the web systems, and we can use this in the web applications. And as I mentioned, I use this as architecture. So this is my use case diagram. There are four actors: patient, admin, doctor, and pharmacy. Patient can book appointment, they can see their status, they can track that, they can register, and all the users can do the login. Doctors can issue prescription, which later can be seen by patients and also the pharmacist. And doctors can also see the prescriptions, and they can call the patients from the booking list, which is approved or by the admin here in the manage booking module. And they can manage pharmacy, where they can add the pharmacist, delete the pharmacist, and manage activities. If there are any activities such as blood donation camp and something, the admin can upload the pictures there, so that the students can see the activities in the and admin can manage doctor as well. So this is the use case diagram of eClinic, the ECLIM system. Yeah. So let's move on to the development environment. So for all the three phases, the front end, back end, and making the schemas, I mean the model, the development environment is used as Visual Studio Code, which is really helpful and efficient to use as the IDE. And the system development, as you can see, for the front end side, I'm rendering my pages on using handlebars, which is the templating engine for JavaScript in JavaScript, and the database has MongoDB. And for my backend, I'm using Node.js, and it has the framework called Express.js, which is really helpful. I'm using the Express.js. So the system testing, as you can see on the right side of the screen, there are two types of testing happen in this project. We test our system with two types of testing. One is black box testing, and another one is user acceptance testing. So the black box testing is outlined as the way which ignores the inner mechanisms of the system and focuses on the output created on any system's input implementation. So as you can see, it takes the input and shows the output, and there are expected results which when the actual results comes out, if it is satisfied with the expected results, then it is said to be passed, or else it is fails. It is also known as functional testing. The eClinic system was tested by black box testing, and the second one is user acceptance testing. The user acceptance testing checks with the requirements of the users, where the stakeholders would use the system and give their comments if the functionality of the system were up to their expectations. The eClinic system was tested by both of these kind of testing, uh, and the results were passed, and the user acceptance testing was used by the users. In that way, we could find more errors, and we were able to correct so many errors after the several user acceptance testing. We could from the results we could do the correction of errors deeply. I would like to thank to my supervisor, Dr. Norzam bin Katman, and thanks to everyone who's watching this video, and have a nice day. And I would like to also dedicate this project to my family and friends, and those who all helped me with this project to complete this system. And thank you, and have a nice day, everyone. Stay safe.